to rock and roll. Jeff Belyea, Bobby Tripp at the top of the field. Looking for the green off of turn number 4. Amy Arsenault, Darrell Church, row number 2. Rick Martin, Jake Vanada, 5th and 6th. Ryan Van Ness Jr. waves the green flag. We're underway as Belyea gets a half a truck length onto turn number 1. But here comes Tripp back on the outside, looking for the lead down the back straightaway.
It's a 3 and 4 they go, and Tripp will use the outside. Can't get over, though, into the inside lane. Slides a little bit up the racetrack with Arsenault and Church side by side for that third spot. Tripp, however, gets back up, has half a truck length on Belyea into 3 and 4.
Belyea down low, Tripp up top. They continue to run door handle to door handle down to the stripe. Tripp by a hair into turn number 1. Arsenault edging out ahead of Church as he gets a little bit sideways off of turn number 2, gathers it back in, but Rick Martin battles back down to the inside, looking for that inside lane, down to the stripe. Belyea takes the lead at lap number 3 as Tripp is loose off at 2, gathering it back in, doesn't have the run, he's got to settle in back behind.
Deeper in the field, a battle for 7th inning up between the 50 of Duarte and the 29 of Jake Vanada. Vanada sliding underneath your points leader with Belyea settling it in behind Tripp. Opens up a 3 truck length lead. Here comes Amy Arsenault taking a look to the inside off a 3 and 4. She battles with the 88 of Tripp.
Arsenault on the inside, edging out ahead of the 88 down to turn number 1. Trying to get up into the number 2 spot. They run down the back straightaway, chasing the 52, the Seekonk Grand Prix machine. Leading the charge through 3 and 4, the rookie contender up front and pulling away from the rest of the group as Arsenault looks for second. Edges out ahead of Tripp. Martin right there in tow. Here comes Bobby back up on the outside.
Into 3 and 4 they go. Tripp and Arsenault still duel for that second spot with Rick Martin. Takes a peek to the inside. Nothing there. Has to slide back behind the RHR truck as Duarte slides in for 5th with Vanada in tow in 6th.
Tripp strong on the outside, holding on, edging out ahead of Arsenault, trying to take back that second position. Arsenault battles back and down to the stripe. It is Tripp by a hair. Arsenault battling back down on the inside. Caution flag is out. 2 trucks together through 3 and 4. The 1 of Bolger, the 17 of Stockwell both get together, and that brings out the caution flag for the first time at lap number 8, and that was perfect timing. Bobby Tripp edging out Amy Arsenault for that number 2 position by about 4 thousandths of a second.
And Rick Martin coming behind them too in that Northeast Alternative Chevrolet. Arsenault and Tripp, though, dueling for that second spot. A little bit of give and go. Belyea was starting to run away with it a little bit. Rookie contender, strong showing here tonight.
Jeff came into the season, had not raced before. He has been a crew chief. He's won championships with Angelo Belcito as a crew chief, with Dave Darling, and has helped many others along the way. This year, well, they put a truck together for him. He got behind the wheel about 3 weeks into the season and has been learning his trade ever since, and has gotten better and better, more comfortable week after week, lap after lap, and it is showing tonight. So good run for Jeff Belyea early on, 8 laps in. The field is set. We're getting the crossover signal this time. Looking for the clinched green when they come back around. And it's been a good battle at the top of the field.
Between all 3 drivers, between Belyea, Tripp, Arsenault, Rick Martin, Mike Duarte, Jake Vanada, we're fighting a little bit deeper in the field. Don't count out Brittany Campbell either. 2 feature wins in 2023.
Caution lights out. Bristol Toyota pace truck ready to pull down on the center of the infield when they come off of turn number 2. Belyea in the 52. Tripp in the 88. Arsenault in the 9. The 14 of Martin. The 50 of Duarte. Your top 5. Off of 4. There's a green flag, and Duarte, Belyea getting the jump. leading it down into turn number 1. Arsenal battling down to the inside of Tripp. As they roll down into turn number 3, Tripp battles back up top. He's looking to go back after Belyea.
Off of 4 they come across the start finish line, and Tripp crossing over in front of Arsenal takes that second spot away with Rocha and Martin, nerf bar to nerf bar, into 3 and 4 they go. Belyea still hanging on with the lead.
Duarte down low, slides up underneath the 9. Martin taking a look to the outside, settles it back in as they hit turn number 1. Duarte up into 3rd. Brittany Campbell trying to follow through. Arsenal trying to shut the door down into 3 and 4. While up front, Belyea and Tripp run nose to tail.
Martin and Al Campbell side by side for 5th. Into turn 2 they go. Martin and Campbell battle it out. Well, Belyea and Tripp, meanwhile, into turn number 4. Battle for the lead. Tripp takes a look to the inside. Nothing there. Slides up the racetrack behind Belyea.
Duarte knocking on the door. Slides up the racetrack, taking a look to the outside. As he goes up, Arsenal takes a look down low, but that door gets shut. Tripp loose off the corner. Here comes Duarte down to the inside. Edging up to the door. There, nerf bar down into turn number 1 as the 61 of Saratelli heads pit side, 3 wide deeper in the back. Here comes Cavallaro down to the inside of Church, and Vanada down to 3 and 4.
Duarte and Tripp still side by side for that second spot with Campbell beaming off the back of Amy Arsenal. Rick Martin up high there as well. Into 3 and 4 they go. Belyea is really finding speed in that Seekonk Grand Prix number 52 with 15 laps on the board. 10 to go.
Duarte slides up into 2nd, nosing out ahead of Tripp off of 2. They continue to race wheel to wheel down into 3, but Duarte's got the advantage. Trouble deep in the pack. The 1 and 17 get together again. As we come off of 4, Bulger will hit the field running. Leaders come off the corner. Green flag is out. We're underway one more time. Belyea and Duarte race off at 2. Wheel to wheel at the top of the field as they roll down into turn number 3.
Off of 3 and into 4 they go, and Belyea for the moment had half a truck on Duarte. He still does, with Bobby Tripp sliding in for that 3rd spot. Martin and Arsenal, as the caution comes out, Marissa Morgan going around in turn number 4. So we are slowed up for the 3rd time tonight. Arsenal and Martin, they've been going back and forth just about all race, swapping that 4th and 5th spot with Brittany Campbell.
Bristol Toyota pace truck down in the infield. Belyea, Duarte, come off the corner. Green flag is out. Nice even start down into turn number 1. Belyea down low, Duarte up top. Duarte sporting the Jeff Bodine throwback truck colors down into turn number 3 as Belyea tries to hold him off on the inside. He will that time at the stripe.
Tripp trying to take a look to the inside, has to settle it behind the 52 of Belyea with the 14 of Martin and Amy Arsenal side by side. Arsenal got a good run to the outside. She'll find herself 4th coming in at turn number 4.
Off the corner they come. This time at the stripe, it's a dead heat between Duarte and Belyea. Mike using the outside lane, the former champion edging out down into turn number 3. Belyea throws it in hard and deep down into the corner, trying to take back the lead. Down to the stripe, Belyea splits the 52 back on top of the leaderboard.
But here comes Bobby Tripp on the inside. He settles it in for 3rd with the leaders still side by side. Duarte with the lead into turn 3. Off of 4 they come. Duarte way up the racetrack. Give it back to Belyea into turn number 2.
Half a truck length out the stripe that time as Duarte tries to settle into 2nd. Contact there between he and Tripp. They roll down into 3. 1 truck around down into turn number 2. Caution flag unfurls one more time. I believe that is the 17 of Stockwell.
We touched upon earlier the regular season. I'm not trying to rush the rest of the summer, but the regular season is slowly coming to a close. Jeff Belyea found himself 16th in points. He's 8 spots out of a playoff spot. If he could win this, it puts him right in the middle of the field. I would put him, relatively speaking, in 14th, 13th place. He'd be right in there.
Well, he did miss the first few weeks, and being a rookie, you know, you're learning how to drive the truck, how to get comfortable, and how to kind of cruise around the racetrack. Then On top of that, you've got to learn how to deal with the traffic part of it. And he's been getting better and better each week. Tonight we've seen how he's handled competing against the leaders. He's had Bobby Tripp. He's had the 88, a couple of trucks battling with him, and he's been able to hold them off pretty well. He hasn't overdriven the truck, which is a good thing. Off the corner they come. Green flag unfurls one more time. Mike Duarte working that outside lane. Here comes Bobby Tripp putting pressure down to the inside as they hit turn 3. Martin is right there in tow up top as they come off of 4.
Belyea and Duarte still side by side for the lead. Martin has half the truck length on Tripp. He'll overtake third. Cavallaro taking a look to the inside, has to back off the throttle. Tripp got a little sideways, gathers it back in as Belyea retakes the lead. 3 laps to go.
Mike Cavallaro down to the inside of Bobby Tripp, trying to upset the apple cart there as they come down the back straightaway. Still side by side. Belyea down low, the rookie, versus the former champion. Down to the stripe, 2 to go. Belyea with a half a truck down into turn number 1.
Radical Rick Martin settling it in for third, with Cavallaro overtaking Tripp for fourth. Tripp saving that truck again. Campbell might have touched him. White flag out. Peter Belyea still maintaining the lead.
Contact at the top. Belyea goes around. Caution flag is out. Jeff Belyea going into 1, goes around in front of the pack. After doing a fantastic job. Up front, leading for 24 laps. Caution lights out. Bristol Toyota Pace Truck heads to the infield. 8 championships in the truck division sitting on the front row. Martin and Cavallaro roll off of turn number 4. KJ waves the green flag. We're underway one more time with Martin looking for the advantage down into turn 1. They roll down the back straightaway. Here comes Cavallaro battling back down into 3.
Into 3 and 4 they go. Cavallaro getting a good run on the outside. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Martin crossing over, blocking Cavallaro into 2. There you go. Rick Martin leads it into turn number 3.
Cavallaro sits in the number 2 spot. Vanada and Campbell battling for third with Tripp right there. Checkered flag is out, and Radical Rick Martin picks up the win. Second place going to Mike Cavallaro and Brittany Campbell rounding out the top 3. And how about this back in victory lane? Radical Rick Martin! Rick, congratulations. You finally got free of the traffic, and then all of a sudden, things happened in front of you, and you end up holding off Cavallaro.
Yeah, somehow I'm the nice guy today. I don't know, just sometimes maybe it pays just sit back and relax, but got to thank the crew, Richie's Insulation, Brightman Lumber. I mean, everybody that helps on this thing. I mean, we say it every week, but without these guys over here, none of this would happen. And thank the competitors running me clean and everything. So a little rough out there, but I'm glad I wasn't in the middle of it.
You got to feel real good. You've been steadily finishing in the top 5, top 3 all year long. It's got to feel good to finally get that second check-in for the year.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to take half a year to do it, but the competition's really stepped up this year, and it shows.
A lot of people behind you.
Yeah, I mean, I got to thank my girl, Patty Brightman, Rick Lambert, come all the way from Florida to help me there, Ed Silva and Marcia there, put this truck together. I mean, everybody involved over here. I mean, they all got a piece of it.
Congratulations. Welcome back to Victory Lane.
And the fans. And the fans. Thank you for coming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for the top 3? Finishing third, Brittany Campbell. Second place, Mike Cavallaro. And back in Victory Lane, Radical Rick Martin.
I don't know if this happened.
Jake Vanada and Bobby Tripp rounded out the top 5, with Amy Arsenault, Darryl Church, Ethan Heilborn, Tom Scully III, and Danny Tebow